and welcome to my channel, guys. Today it's another video. Today will be literally a road test of Newbee hangers. If you haven't seen the first video, the overview of the hangers and the hanger kit, I will leave the video on the link in the description below, guys, so have a look. So let's get started. And obviously everyone is interested on how maneuverable the hangers actually are. So let's have a look. So pushing the board forwards and backwards, so left and right. This is the view from the back. That's the rear hanger. A lot of movement there, guys. As you can see, clearance is quite good for the deck. This is from the front now, guys. A lot of movement. You can see the wheels are moving left and right, turning very nicely, very smoothly. For people who have not seen the video, the full review yet, the hangers are quite wide. They are 340 millimeters. Then with the axles and the wheels, as you can see, I'm using Tramper tires, 9 inches, so they're quite wide. I'm also using a Newbee Impaler rims. They're quite wide as well. So at the moment the setup is 500 millimeters from side to side of the tires. Very nice. This run here, guys, is my first time riding the board. I've taken about 15 minutes just to get used to the setup. As you can see, it carves really nicely. I am at just slightly over 100 kilos, and the bushes that I'm using at the moment are grays. They are gray 96A, chubby, I think they're called, and the fronts are 93A. They're purples. The board handles nice on the roads and on the grass as well, as you can see in the video. I couldn't push it too hard. I'm about to hit a muddy puddle as well, and this setup is quite powerful, a lot of torque. I got 140 kV motors on that, so every time I was hitting the throttle, the back was skidding out, which is quite cool. Clearance is quite good as well. I've tried a few curbs and it's actually not too bad. It turns really nicely. We'll do a speed run at the end, well, sometimes somewhere in the video there. If you notice that the turning radius is actually quite decent as well, I would say it's probably within 2 meters. Obviously, you know, if you are pushing the board with your heel, and that's one thing I noticed, by the way. Take a look, I'm showing it right now. Because I've got bindings on and I got heel straps as well, I'm leaning out so much that the clip of the heel strap is actually touching the tire. This is only happening because I've got 9-inch tires on, so I need to be careful when I'm going to the right, because I'm goofy. So pushing backwards on my heels is the strongest way, so I can turn sharper when I'm doing that. So you can see in the video now, the turning radius is really good. I've taken the heel straps off for this test so I don't rub the tires with it. So now I'm going to put the heel straps back on, and I'm going to lean forward, so on my toes. So this is now turning left. The radius is a bit higher, but as you know, leaning backwards onto your heels is easier to keep the balance, so you can turn much sharper. But again, for a big board, and bear in mind, this board is massive. I'm using the Ramm's deck as well, Ramm's board deck, and it's really nice. I really like it. I've got a video on my channel, have a look. So here we go. All in total, I've tested the board for about 10 miles, mostly on road. I mean, as you can see now in the video, I'm doing about 25, maybe 26 miles an hour. This is the top speed I can get on my setup. I think it's actually probably 20, 22 to be fair. 140 kV motors and gear ratio 1.5. So a lot of torque, not a lot of speed. But that's what I wanted for my board anyway. Turns well, you can lean right out, as you can see now. And yeah, it's just really smooth. Obviously 9-inch tires, and they are air filled. They contribute into the smoothness of the ride a lot. but with these Newbee hangers, it's really decent. At 25 mile an hour, no speed wobbles whatsoever. You can carve nicely. To be honest with you, I probably could have loosened up the hangers a bit more, but for my weight, I think it's a good setup. It's not overly tight. And also bear in mind, guys, if you watch my overview, you'll know that you could use both the master and a slave kingpin. At the moment, I only got the bushes on the master kingpins. I have not yet installed the bushes onto the slave kingpins. So if you are a speed devil and you really want the board to be stiff and really gun it, you can install another set of bushes and that will stiffen up the board. But that's the beauty of this kit. You can play around with the bushes, the way you set them up, front and back and top and bottom and dual or single, it's up to you. So like for the nice jolly ride as I'm doing here right now, literally just cruising 20 mile an hour, just chilling, you can start carving, you can jump the curbs, no problem. It's quite quiet as well, the setup, so it doesn't have any squeaks or rattling noises when you're riding, which is really good. I still need to do a bit more off-roading, guys, to be honest with you, just to see how the trucks perform on like dirt or like dried up dirt or rocks. But so far, as you can see, it does carve very nicely. I do like it. I was worried that because they're so wide, them trucks, they will be really solid, like unmaneuverable. But considering they are 500 mil from side to side of the tire, the maneuverability is really nice. I mean, you can go between cars, up and down the curbs, whatever, and it's actually not too bad. It's quite interesting when you have different bushes. So at the back I got 96 and the front I got 93, and they're also different type. The front one's a bit smaller and the back ones are beefier. So it's quite responsive on the front of the deck and a bit less responsive on the back. So it's quite interesting. I mean, you need to try it really and kind of work it to your riding style, to your weight, to your speed and the setup. But that's good because you got a choice. You can do pretty much whatever you want with this kit, you know, with playing around with the bushes. But I'm quite happy. There was a few comments in regards to the clearance. I mean, you can see now the kingpin is the lowest point of the trucks. But I mean, I haven't done a lot of off-roading yet, but going up and down the curbs, I have not yet hit the bolt and the nut on the kingpin. So yeah, all in general, I'm quite happy. As you can see, I'm whizzing around a narrow London street footpaths, and I'm quite confident that I will make the turn. So, which is quite good. Well, that's it pretty much, guys. Hope you liked the video. So far, so good. I did like the hangers. I will do much more testing. Season is now coming up. See you soon, guys. Ride safely.